Okay, about remote viewing. Remote viewers do not need a special tasker or a special review system or a special safety protocol or any of those things. People are complicating it too much. They don't need a special system. They don't need any of that. You just need some random person to give you a task. Just a random person. And yes, you may want to trust them enough that they're actually going to reveal the real task, not make it up on the spot after the viewing. That gets confusing, but that's the only thing. Honestly, if you manage to do a viewing as a remote viewer, and it turns out to match very closely what the tasker reveals to you after the fact, it at least gives you evidence that you've been doing remote viewing effectively. You don't need all of these weird protocols and all these systems. And so many people are going, "Oh, how do I do remote viewing? What's the system? Can I take like a 10-hour course?" You don't need any of it. Nothing. So I'm going to show you a page that is ideal and very basic for anybody who wants to do tasking. You don't need any sort of special qualification to do tasking. You are just a random person who wants to find out answers about some random thing. And you just put it out. You can put it out on the internet. You can put it on Facebook. You can send it to friends. You just do this. So here's this sheet. So what you're going to want first is to put in coordinates. Coordinates sounds special. It's really not. It is a random, made-up, boring thing. It could be letters, numbers. It could even be symbols. It's just something you can communicate the line to this other person. Now, the reason it has to be boring is because if you put it something exciting or funny or like just strange, if it triggers something in the mind to like think about it, then the viewer is going to be occupied with that. So you want like something just like a hash. A lot of people like 8-digit numbers. It doesn't matter. It could be 20 digits. It could be 5 digits. Just don't focus on that. It's just random, made up, and boring. You could make it random on the spot. You could use an online random number generator, but you don't have to do that. Just whatever. Okay, and then contact, just give the remote viewer something to contact you with. It's an email or whatever. It doesn't have to be some complicated thing where they need to upload files or whatever. If it's somebody smart enough, they're going to know that they can put their files online and they can give you the link to where they put the files online. So they shouldn't need a very complicated way to contact you. And they don't even need your name, right? They just you can do a burner phone number if you want. You just something that they can send it to you. Now, everything below that is secret. See, all you did was give them coordinates and a contact. That's all you did. And you can even, once you fill out the page, you can fold it over and then you could just give them like a screenshot of that. Just a snapshot, and then they're just not going to see the bottom until later. And then when you want to do the reveal to them, it's simple. You just send them a picture of the full sheet, okay? And so this is one way that just makes it very clear that like in the secret location, you're gonna put viewer will view between time and dates of this and this. So if it's an event, there's just something that happened and it was somewhere between this and this. You don't have to really try and get exact on the amount, but it's an event you're thinking of. And don't worry, their Subspace Mind will know what you're referring to, but you're giving something. And then you can say between the locations of this and this and this. The reason why there's 3 is that because you can triangulate, or you form a circle between those 3 locations, is just somewhere around there. Now you can say like it's within this neighborhood, or it's within that, like whatever, along that street. But that's the best, easiest, most streamlined way that you can just get all of it in one shot. And so if you have exact addresses, you can use that. If you have lat longs, latitude, longitude, you can use that. Or if you just have some little icon, like it's between this train station and it's this statue and this, I don't know, this house, somewhere, just between something. Okay. And then you can write whatever you want. You can write just like, this is what happened, like more like a diary, like, well, what I'm trying to get at is this and this thing that happened and this guy and this blah 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 blah, like whatever you want to write, you just put it. And part of my motivation to do this is because I've been hearing people who try to do tasks, and I'm glad that they're getting into it, because I don't want them to try and like do some big 10-hour course to try to figure out how it works. You don't have to do that. Just write something and get started. But they are way too general. They say something like, what happened to Bob? Or like, I just want them to sense something, or like, oh, I didn't write anything, I just figured to see what you would pick up. Like, you have to get more specific than that. So this is good enough, just a little file like that, and then you just send the tasker just that, just coordinates, contact, coordinates, contact. And again, you don't have to write it down on a paper. You could type it in a text file. You could save the text file. Just have some copy. Have something for yourself that you can prove later. Email. You can write an email to yourself, right? Doesn't have to be beautifully drawn. Just scribble it. It can be on a napkin. It doesn't matter. I really want to sell this point that remote viewing has no complexity to it. No complexity to it. Practice by trying it. I don't care what strategy you use. I don't care whether you think it's SRV or it's CRV or it's transdimensional mapping, which Birdie says it's not technically remote viewing. Doesn't matter. As a remote viewer or somebody who's interested in doing it, I mean, fling paint at a wall if you think it's going to help you. Like scratch on a paper, do scribbles, get your coordinates, and then just start drawing doodles on a paper until you feel like those doodles are turning into something. Stop trying to be heavily methodical about it. The reason why I'm saying that is because so many people are stopping when they could have already just started by virtue of thinking that they have to be prepared, that they have to take a course, that they have to do all this studying or figuring it out. There is nothing you have to do. It's probably one of the simplest skills you could ever start picking up in your life. So I want you to just try it. Forget about the practice. Forget about the methodology. None of it. Just do that. And then just, as the viewer, just take whatever. Just try something.